Hi, everybody. A lot of stuff happened today, so I'm going to try to just quickly go through it all for you so this isn't too long. It was a great day. I was happy to see that I made it onto the front page of the paper for the first time as a legislator. And during breakfast this morning, we went over the what's called the gray sheet, the agenda for the House floor. Nothing controversial at all. It was 5 or 6 bills that had passed through their committees unanimously. Each of the committee vice chairs talked a little bit about what the bill was, and so that we would feel more informed about it when we got to the House floor. I went to Business and Labor, and we heard 2 bills from Representative Jenny Eck here in Helena. They were both consumer protection bills. It'll be interesting to see where those go. We took executive action on 3 bills, so that means that we've already heard them in committee and we all voted yes or no for them. They all passed, and so tomorrow on the floor they'll be presented to the entire body. Because they passed unanimously, they'll probably pass the body as well. After Business and Labor was through, I went down into the bullpen and I checked my messages. I'm starting to get a ton of messages from people all across the state with issues and comments and opinions on all kinds of different bills, ranging from review of maternal deaths to what to do about gun violence. And so you spend some time every day responding to those people. If someone doesn't have an email address to respond to, you can send them a postcard, and those are provided to us. I was able to read the bills that I was about to hear during the Human Services Committee, and lunch in the Rotunda was hosted by the Montana Association of Churches. They were the nicest people, and they gave a series of different talks about abolishing the death penalty and taking care of immigrants and making sure that everyone who's a human being has their basic needs taken care of. I met a great gal named Kathy, who was the first woman member of the clergy ever ordained for the United Church of Christ, and she was ordained in Butte, so we kind of had an instant connection. I took the food down into the bullpen and to try to get some more work done, and Tester showed up, and it was fun to get to see him, or to get to hear him. It was fun to get to see him, and it was fun to hear him talk about his perspective of what's going on in Washington. At 1 o'clock, the floor session started, and my bill was up 4th or 5th, and I was so nervous. And I tried to get all the wording correct. You have to say all the right things in just the right order. And no one had any questions for me. But when I was talking, everyone was making this really weird whistling sound. And I didn't even realize that they were whistling at me while I was talking. I was so nervous I couldn't even think about it. And after no one asked any questions and it had passed unanimously through committee, it went to a vote and the entire board lit up red. Every single person had voted no. And then my seatmate, JP Pomnikowski, leaned over to me and she said, "This is your initiation." So I was able to then think it was really funny, and right at the last second before you can change your vote, everyone changed back to yes. So I passed my first bill almost unanimously, 98-0 on the House floor today, and it was such an honor to get to be a representative and speak on the House of Representatives floor and get something passed through. So tomorrow it'll be on 3rd reading, and then I'll have to take it and talk in front of the Senate, so I'll have something new to be sweaty and nervous about. The 2 people who voted against it, one had a question and he didn't get called on through some mistake on the floor, and he voted no. I talked to him about it. He's going to vote yes tomorrow. And then the other was a freshman who didn't realize he was supposed to change his vote back to yes. He didn't know that it was like an initiation and that they weren't really voting no. So, and then they all clapped and said, "Congratulations, Representative Curtis, on passing your first bill." It was just a really, really good experience. Something I'll always remember. I got my first message today. You can call the you can call the receptionist at the Capitol, and they're great. They'll write down whatever you want to say and hand deliver it through the page system to whatever representative you want. So as soon as the session was over, I got one of these hand delivered to me with a message inside, someone asking me a question about a bill. When you get to your desk on the floor, you have about a bazillion of these things telling you what meeting is happening where and what bills are going to be heard. And I signed up for paperless, but I'm still getting these. I turned on my phone after the House floor was over, and I had a message from a Montana Standard reporter asking about these videos, and I'm excited that I think they're going to do a news story on trying to open the communication in government, which is the whole purpose of these videos. Our Health and Human Services Committee today heard two different bills, one from Representative Noonan, which it's from the Efficiency in Government Committee, and it aims at providing better, more efficient, more immediate services for people who go to a care facility like a hospital when they're in a crisis situation and may need to be referred for mental illness treatment. The other bill that we heard was from Representative Gursky, and it had to do with what's called a mandatory reporter. That would be like me as a school teacher who's required to call the state if we think that some kind of abuse or neglect is happening. And her bill had to do with how much information the department and the reporter can share with each other. I went to a meeting in the Rotunda right after that to hear about transportation. And now I'm home. Another exciting thing that happened to me today is that I got an email from the governor's deputy chief of staff asking if I would be interested in a bill that I'm really excited about. So I have a meeting tomorrow with the governor's deputy chief of staff to discuss a possible bill, and I'll let you know more about that when I find out about it. So thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to read hundreds and hundreds of pages of information tonight to try to learn more about how the state works. I miss everyone, and thank you so much for all the texts and phone calls and emails that you've been sending, all the posts on Facebook. It means so much to me. So thanks very much. Bye.